Would you like to know what others really think? If you did, then you need to know how to ask the right questions, and this is what we're going to focus on in this material. Stay tuned. I'm Dr. Matt, and welcome to my channel. There's two ways to approach answer to the question what others think. One, you can do it from a calibration point of view, which means you start mind reading, you use inductive logics, you think what caused a certain behavior and how their body language and the energy they have and the emotions they right now have and the whole context shapes a certain conclusion that makes us mind read. But this is not what we're going to focus on today. There's different videos that I did exactly for that topic. Here we will focus on precision, because if you don't know what someone else means, you really need to know how to ask the right questions so that you get information from them. Most people, when they communicate, they distort information constantly. They generalize it, they omit certain pieces of information, and this way we don't really know what they mean. Here is a set of questions that's going to make it smoother and easier to communicate with them. Firstly, ask them the following question. What do you specifically mean by that? When you do this, they will start explaining, and this question actually leads them in a deductive fashion towards being more deep with their thoughts. And this way, they can actually deliver more specific information to you. A second way to do this is to compare what they are saying with facts, so that you get realistic proportions by comparing what they are saying to realistic benchmarks. For example, someone says, I was in that place, and you go, which place specifically, what location are you talking about, so that you know whereabouts, what kind of spatial location they mean. When they tell you are always late, this is a huge piece of generalization. So now, rather than saying true or not true, you simply say, you give them information and you say, last week I was late twice. That's it. You simply compare what they are saying with facts, so that facts rather than opinions become a benchmark. Someone says it's not worth a dime, then you say, rather than quarreling or discussing how much is it worth, you go, so how much specifically is it worth to you, so that you get a number. If you have a number, now you can discuss it. Someone says, let's do this, and you go, what specifically are you planning to do, so that again they give you the action now. The means. Someone says, it entered his head, he just has this amazing memory that information just gets stuck in his memory, in his brain, he gets it so fast. So you ask a question to be more precise, how specifically did the person learn it? Because thanks to this you can get strategies, and strategies can be duplicated, can be repeated, rather than focusing on some magical way of getting knowledge. Causes. A woman says, he's looking at me because he likes me. Well, maybe there's different reasons for it, right? Maybe he likes your dress. So what other reasons could be there why he's looking at you, rather than drawing this probably distorted conclusion that people are always looking at you because there's something wrong with you, or because they love you, and so on and so on. Not necessarily. They might be also different causes. Also with facts, someone says, oh, this is going to be horrible if this happens, rather than sticking to this distorted word, it's going to be horrible, which we don't really know what it means. You say, what specifically is going to happen? So now they tell you, and when they tell you, they describe this thing, this event that makes them fearful about, that makes them scared. Now you can work on it and at least diminish the emotional intensity that they are feeling. The person, someone says, salespeople are manipulative. You say, who specifically is manipulative? So that rather than focusing on a huge generalization that all salespeople are a certain way, all teachers or doctors or Americans or Mexicans and so on, you simply make it more specific by saying who specifically. Someone says, what a horror story. this is intensity aspect. So you go on the scale from 1 to 10, 10 meaning the worst of the worst, 1 meaning pretty good. What's the number? How would you judge the situation? They said, well, it was 6. So you go, so it wasn't really a horror story. It was just rather bad, unpleasant situation. So this is how you deal with these issues. And always remember that asking specific questions about location, about people, about something that they generalize their information about is going to make it way easier for you to understand what they truly mean. Rather than using telepathy and trying to figure out what people are saying, ask them questions. And if you do, it's just going to be so easy for you to steer them towards what they truly mean, because they do know. Unfortunately, they're not conscious of it because they use a simplified, superficial way of communicating, omitting loads of information. If you ask the right questions, they will bring it to the surface from their unconscious, and this is how you guys will be able to communicate together smoothly, easily, without the concept of having to figure this out. Right, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to deliver this useful information to you. If you know someone who would benefit from this material, please send them a link. I will be more than grateful. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done that yet. Leave a comment, and should you want to know more about mixed mental arts, please visit my website, Dr. Matt Official, and see you then. See you next time. Thank you.